Okay, time to list out the Chaos Dragon deck because I'm gonna bloody figure. Yeah, I pretty much got to do this because I bought 3 copies of the Cyber Dragon structure deck, and I would like to work on that sort of deck, which would have to result in me taking this deck down and committing a few of the bits and pieces. So, yeah. Anyways, just getting on with the deck list. This is the deck that I took with me and should have gone 3 and 2, but you know. I mean, if you're wondering why I'm saying this, then go check out the tournament report. It was one of the dumbest things I think I'd ever done in my whole life, but screw it, it is what it is. So, start things off with the Chaos Engine in the form of the main thingy. It's Triple Light Pulsar, pretty standard sort of stuff. Actually, let me just zoom that in a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So yeah, Triple Light Pulsar. Double Dark Flare. I actually got this off once and caused, I think, minor nuisance. And I had this played against me against Blue Eyes Chaos, but thankfully, all I had in my grave was an MST. It was just like, okay, sure. It wasn't like I was going to get rid of that. But anyways. 2 white dragons, 2 black dragons. I do not like 3 at all. It's just, ugh, it's all cloggy and this, that, and the next thing. I would not recommend running more than 2 of each of the Chaos Tengus, if you want to put it that way, because it's pretty much the way they work. So, anyways, Eclipse Wyvern to get the couple of targets into the banish pile to set them for recycling. BLS and Double Chaos Sorcerer. I would run the super one that I had, but you know I'm all a bit anal about that sort of stuff. But yeah, just additional sort of I banish your shit and be trollsy about it. Then we have Darkness Metal and Dark Armed as the only targets for the Eclipse Wyvern. That's why only one Wyvern's really needed. So, Milling Engine, Triple Lila. Whoa, jeez, don't get running away from me there, Lila. Triple Raikou and Double Card Trooper. It's about as straightforward as a Milling Engine can get for this sort of deck. You know, you hit shit, you destroy it, you get draws. It's got all the multitude of the this, that, and the next thing. Then Torguide Engine, standard 3 Torguide and Night Assailant. Night Assailant's brilliant because you can pitch it to bring back like Pulsar and then recycle a Raikou. Then 1 Plague for additional synchro capabilities. Honest, which yeah got pretty good use against our Red Nova Larvals. Once again, check the tournament report for that one. Gauze, 1 Maxi and 1 Veiler. Didn't really know what I was going to really go up against being a local, so I figured I might as well just go 1-1. And if I wanted to max out on, if I wanted to double up on one of them, then I would just, you know, side the other one out pretty much. Then double Trag to finish out the hand traps. Spells, double Recharge, and then 1 Charge of the Light Brigade, and then a Allure of Darkness for the whole sort of draw search engine thingy-bob. Then 1 Reincarnation, which was hella handy. Like, I'd mill it off a couple of times, which is to be expected in a deck like this, but at most other times, like, I milled 2 Chaos Sorcerers off of 1 Raikou, and then I'm just like, no, I'm not going to have this, I'm going to bring one of them back. I milled a BLS, I think, against some guy, and I went with this. Yeah, like I milled a BLS with Raikou, and then immediately brought it back. Like the guy basically said, "Oh, thank God you milled BLS. Never have to worry about seeing that. Just play this." Then double MST, and then a Book of Moon and a Dark Hole. And then from there we go on to the extra deck, in which I'm running the 1 Guy Dragon because you've got the 6s, and in this case a 5. My 6s are for rank 7 Ptolemy, for additional monster recycling. Strike Bouncer, which did serve a bit of it. I think I summoned it once and it was kind of useless, but it's still there because it's general sort of problem solving card. And then Exobeetle, which I unfortunately didn't have much of an opportunity to go for rank 6s in general, so I didn't really get much of an opportunity to go for Exobeetle. Like I never saw him at all. So One Tyrus, it was there just in case I had the 2 5s on the board and then I needed something to go into, and since most of my 5s that I would go into are darks, I figured I might as well run a light so that I have Chaos plays going there. One Queen Dragoon, dropped this a couple of times, it was pretty decent. Revival Chain was pretty much MVP extra deck wise. I would probably say joint MVP, but it was still pretty damn hella. It was really, really handy. One Leviathan, just, you can put it on the board either as a beast stick or banish for Darkness Metal if it comes to that. And Fortune Tune, the other contender for MVP of the day, because it was just really good at just sitting there and accumulating life points. If it wasn't for my... it really should have won me that match against the Mermails, but like I said, the misplay that avoided my detection, which was really stupid, but yeah. Leviathan, thought I'd get some use out of it. I didn't, because most of the time I'd open with Tour Guide, and so I'd end up having stuff like Fortune Tune, or I'd be in a position where I'd need defenses, so most of the time whenever I went for Tour Guides, it was to go into Fortune Tune. And then for the Synchros, Stardust, which was there, sort of just sat around in the Viking matchup. Scrap Dragon, I think all the times I went for 8s, I went for a Scrap for that. Black Rose, never saw it. Paladin Zektron, I summoned this once. It's actually pretty good because, especially against the mirror, because you can pretty much go into this and then ram into a Raikou or something like that and essentially defuse it. Like, they'll still get the mills, but the point is you can just run into this thing and then they can't pop anything because this thing goes up. This thing when it's synchro summoned. During the turn it's synchro summoned, it can't be destroyed with battle or card effects plus I take no damage, period. So it's good to it's basically good to go into this and just sort of try to ram into something like if the opponent's running a rogue, I know, magic cylinders and stuff, you can pretty much just go that and say haha. Then Catasta goes level 5. It rolls on. Then for the extra deck, the side deck even, one Caius. I did have 2, but I decided to cut it down to 1 just for the hell of it. I basically sort of YOLO swagged the side deck here. So I sided this in a few games. I didn't really see it that much. I think I saw it once, but I didn't have that. I tried to get myself into an opportunity to use it, but I ended up just having to pitch it, so... One Wolf Jar number 2, I milled it. I sided this in, I think maybe once or twice, and the only time I ever saw it was when I milled it and then shuffled it back in with Fortune Tune, so that one still needs some work. Second Maxi, second Veiler. I don't think I actually sided in the second Veiler against anything. I think maybe in one matchup. The second Maxi I sided in against a couple of matchups, but overall I didn't really see my Maxi that often. Diddy Crow, didn't really get some much use out of that either. It's a bit Double Electric Virus. I actually got this off against the what do you call it, the Malefic matchup. I basically stole his Malefic Rainbow Dragon and then tributed it for my Light Pulsar. So this thing was really, really handy in that situation because you don't want to be staring down 4,000 beat sticks. That's horrendous. System down. I didn't see it because once again didn't have any machine matchups. Soul Take Up, which I actually did use on a Light Pulsar, but by the time I'd used it on the Light Pulsar, I'd already lost because it was game 2 against Blue Eyes Chaos, and they basically opened up the nuts, and I was just like, ugh, screwed. And then Space Cyclone, just this random sort of arbitrary tech, I guess. This thing's pretty much here purely to deal with Silent Honor Arc. Basically, what you do with this thing is the moment they summon it, you play this, and then they can't suck up your big bad BLS. That's pretty much the whole idea of that thing. Plus, with that new Evol trap coming out, it'll probably make Evols a bit deadly. And if early on after its release, people will want to start running it, and because Largia just exists and is broken, so it can be useful against Largia as well because Largia has to use 2 overlay units. Basically, if you're up against something that requires multiple overlay units, and you can just hit it with that. Then double breakthrough skill. I didn't side it in against anything. It was kind of useless. really, and Double Royal Decree, which I did get against Blue Eyes Chaos game 3. It was useful. Like the one back row at the end of the game was Dark Bright, but the end of the game, but at the end of the game, like I lost it. So because of my weird as all hell misplay. So yeah, it is what it is, and that's pretty much it for the deck list. So I'm going to proceed to take this down and put together my Cyber Dragons now that I have pretty much all the bits and pieces for that. I might do a list for that, I don't know, sometime, but yeah, see what the future has in stock. So yeah, see you for whatever I do next.